lot has changed in almost a decade. The network where I actually started my TV career wouldn't ever hire anyone like me now. Oh, you've ever supported Trump? You support him now? Forget about it. Now, somehow, Ronna McDaniel slipped through at NBC until the inmates took over the asylum. The truth is, these people have so little faith in Biden's record or the power of their own ideas that their only response is to silence and defame. They certainly can't risk anyone watching NBC and being persuaded by Ronna or anyone like her. Forget the fact that at least half of the voting public, potential viewers as well, agree with her. Now, this isn't the news business. This is simply an extension of the DNC. None of these people care about true diversity. What they really celebrate is conformity across the board. There's no room for dissent, period. Now, liberals claim to cherish diversity. They pretend to hold it sacrosanct. They worship at its altar. So predictable, racial, ethnic, gender diversity is what they're all talking about, but really that's a lie as well. What they're really protecting is groupthink. Let's face it, if you're black and conservative, like Justice Thomas or someone like Ben Carson, then they don't think you count. You're a traitor, in fact, to your race. Ditto if you're Hispanic and support Trump. But what about ideological diversity? Doesn't it help us sharpen our own thinking? Isn't debate good? Almost a decade ago, a Morning Joe host saw the dangers of a media cocoon forming. And the peacocks in the suits did just that. They canned McDaniel. It's the shortest tenure in TV history, I think. But why? Well, because she supports Donald Trump, period. And because she didn't denounce him after the election or after January 6th. Believe no other explanation they provide about why they got rid of her. She's not a random pundit. This is a former chairwoman of the RNC. Now, believe it or not, this is great news, not for Ronna, of course, but certainly for the election. Are they really writing their own obituary, though, as to what they claim to be? Again, a news organization. Who knows? But why would anyone outside of the far-left Democrat bubble ever watch that network? Why would you want anyone on that network to moderate a debate? Not with Trump anywhere near the nomination. And CNN empathized with NBC execs and issued a warning. I mean, of course, Trump is correct. The only Republicans that these people will associate themselves with are former Republicans, Trump haters, people like Nicole Wallace, Michael Steele, or little-known figures hired by the Trump White House who then transform themselves into never-Trump crusaders. Now, these people aren't conservatives. They're simply opportunists. Behold the genius. Look, Democrats and the corporate media have gotten themselves into a huge mess here. They're in their bunkers, they're refusing to change their minds on issues, or even they don't even want to be in the same room with someone with whom they have disagreements. Now, what's funny about this is they accuse Trump of this very thing. It's the usual projection that they engage in. They said that he demanded complete loyalty. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. The ugly truth is, the price one has to pay to be in their club, the media or in national politics on the left, is total and complete loyalty. Democrats have given up on trying to persuade voters through debate and policy success. That was the old way of politics. Now it's just a constant campaign of control, propaganda, and suppression. Biden's not leading a political movement. No way. It's just a cult of conformity.
Fox News host Laura Ingraham was mocked on Thursday for an attack on a rival network that may have said more about herself than she intended. Ingraham ripped NBC News for firing Ronna McDaniel after just days on the job as a paid on-air contributor. But her critics were quick to point out there's a different reason McDaniel wasn't welcomed by staff there, and why Ingraham wouldn't be either. They lie and spread conspiracy theories. Ingraham has also been accused of pushing white nationalist talking points on her show. In 2019, she featured white supremacist Paul Nehlen in a graphic of prominent voices censored on social media. A year earlier, she attacked even legal immigrants in a rant that won the approval of prominent white supremacist David Duke.